night, how many of you checked your phone, your work phone, for messages, for emails? Maybe once, maybe twice. The real question is, if you did so, did you do it because you really necessarily had to, or because you've told people that you're available every day, all day, and every night? Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters, and our wonderful guests, Cleo, welcome, and Krishna, welcome to the club. This morning, I'd like to kōrero about two things: boundaries and personal standards. Boundaries is not about what we tell people. It's more about the choices we make about how we want to be treated. And personal standards about how we treat ourselves. In 1985, I was 6 years old, and we just moved to New Zealand from the Netherlands. I didn't speak any English. And my parents told me many years later that for months, 4 months actually, every day I came home from school in tears. And what was happening at school was that there were a group of kids who were picking on me, they were calling me names, pointing, laughing, that kind of thing. And I remember this one particular day when the group of people that surrounded me in a circle, as you can imagine, pointing, laughing, and I didn't understand what they were saying, but I knew what was going on. And I remember thinking, I've had enough. It's got to stop. And I picked the biggest boy in the class. His name was Brendan. And I chose him out, and I punched him, and I kicked him, and I punched him, and I kicked him until he had enough. And the interesting thing was that day, the bullying stopped. And I learned a massive lesson about boundaries. I learnt that boundaries is about demonstrating how you want to be treated. The boundaries that you set for yourself, or the boundaries that you demonstrate how you want to be treated, also shows the boundaries that you set for yourself and shows how you perceive yourself. It's more about you than it is about them. And healthy boundaries really is an inside job. We often think boundaries about telling people what they should and shouldn't do, but it's essentially about demonstrating. And this is particularly prevalent now that we're constantly accessible 24/7 with these smartphones. When you allow yourself to be constantly interrupted by social media, for example, or you allow meetings to occur without a clear agenda, without a clear purpose, or maybe you have after-hours communication. By not setting those clear boundaries, what's actually happening is it's sapping your energy. And your energy is not limitless. Protecting your energy allows you to lead with clarity, with confidence, and with certainty. Now, I know for a fact that when I'm working, I protect my energy very, very closely. And I have to, because I'm an entrepreneur, I need to. And I notice that when I block out time for complex tasks, I get shit done. When I bundle tasks together that require the same brain power, I get shit done. When I don't allow myself to get distracted by my phone, notifications are always off. I don't allow myself to, just do the dishes or just do the washing. I need to get shit done. We only have so much time and so much energy in a day. And that protection of that energy that leads to better focus, it leads to better decision making and a more sustainable performance. Having those healthy boundaries comes down to respect. Respect that I have for me, but it's also respect that I have for other people. And by showing that respect to myself, also allows others to follow suit. Your personal boundaries, they define your baseline. How you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you move, how you work, how you recover, how you manage your time, and in turn also how you allow others or other things, the phone for example, to manage your time. Without these clear standards, lines become blurred and emotions are more difficult to manage, and they also cost energy. With standards, with high standards, your energy remains calm and it stays predictable. And this is what people like to see. They look to you as their leader, whether you lead at work, whether you lead at home, you're their leader. And what people like to see is calm, energy and predictability. What they don't like is noise. Noise dilutes your message. So do raise the standard, which gives others permission to do exactly the same. Raise the standard for arriving on time. Raise the standard for showing care for others. Raise the standard for showing patience in traffic, at the supermarket. Raise the standard for respect that we show ourselves and the respect we show other people. Because when you model high personal standards with consistency, others follow suit. And when you improve, I improve. And when I improve, you improve, and we all improve together. To summarize, boundaries aren't walls, they're signals. They show what you value and what you expect, and they make your work and your life more sustainable and more enjoyable for everyone involved. Raising your own standard allows others to do exactly the same. So here's the question I'd like to leave you with. If someone were to follow in your if someone were to walk in your shoes for 30 days, what would they learn? And would you be happy with what they learned from you? Thank you.